Hey Taurus, welcome to your monthly reading for the month of June. Let's have a look at what people, places, and things will be significant for you for the month of June, what you'll be overcoming, and what you'll be learning as a result of overcoming that particular thing. Um, I am Empress Vibrant. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And welcome to Vibrant Oracle. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's see what messages are here for you, Taurus. Voyage. I think you are maybe about the third sign that has got this voyage card. And what I really get from this energy is just like a real energy of reflection over the journey, over what has happened, over your growth, what has transpired over the last few years, through few months, few weeks, the ups and downs, the ebbs and the flows, the emotions that you've had to overcome, the situations, people, places, and things that you've had to really overcome, and also the energies that you had to transmute in order for you to keep moving throughout the cycles that you have been going through. And I can see that you've really gone through a lot emotionally, but you keep striving for the best. You keep striving for the best outcome for everyone involved. You want to make sure that you are taking care of yourself and that your loved ones are taken care of. And I think that's really what is really keeps pushing you to not give up on your relationships, to not give up on yourself, your friendships, your anything that you're doing. It's like sometimes it just feels like, what is the bloody point? Because I can't do right for doing wrong. It's like this energy, but there is this real tenacity that I feel with you, Taurus. And even if you have a couple of days where you have to cry it out and kind of bury your head under the sand or stay under the covers, um, you have to, you still have this energy that regardless of what happens, I still got to get up. And I think sometimes it just feels like you don't have anyone really to rely on that hard for you to flake out anyway, even if you wanted to. So I feel as though there's this space within you where it's like, by any means necessary, I still need to get up and I still need to make mine. I still need to look after mine. I still need to do my things. And then you just get a whole host of blessings because of that, you know, because you're able to just keep going, keep seeing the beauty amongst all of the stuff that has happened. You still have the ability to be loving and kind, and still to put your best foot forward when it comes to situation, people, places, and things. You're still able to show up. You're still able to show up, warts and all, sometimes not with the energy that you would really uh, want, but with enough just to get through whatever it is that the task is at hand. And I think that enough, that enough gives you enough energy to say, well, I'm thankful, so thank you so much for giving me that. And you know that there's divine support, so you're constantly just saying thank you, because you realize, wow, this could be a hell of a lot worse. I could be further along down this rabbit hole. I could be really sitting in Pityville for very, very long, but I know that that's not the best course of action. So you're always willing to say thank you for the energy that you've been given, for the support that you've been given from the divine and those around you. You do recognize, although your circle may be small, it's very, very tight, and it is loyal. You have a very loyal circle of people around you, even in times when you feel like you're quite alone. All you would really have to do is holler, and you know that you're going to be all right. There you go again, protect, divine protection. I'm telling you, you know that you're divinely protected. even in times when you feel attacked or personally attacked, or you feel like your energy is being siphoned, or you feel like, you know, I feel like my back's against the wall. I keep being backed up into a corner. I keep feeling under threat, unsafe. And even in those moments of unsafety, or not being sure about what you're going to do, you know that you always will bounce back, and that you have the protection of your ancestors, and you have the protection of the Most High. And you know that if you were to call on certain people, they will help you make the necessary to take the necessary actions, and to support you with whatever it is that you need support with. So, Taurus, I'm really seeing that there's a lot of tenacity happening with you. There's a lot of growth and expansion, and a lot of it's coming through a lot of emotional anxiety and angst. But I think because you keep just having what it is that you need, you keep being able to take the breaks that's necessary, take a beat to work out what you're doing. You know, you go through times where you will just go off the map for a bit, you know, and those times when you go off the map for a bit, that is your time to rebalance yourself. That's the time where you regain your strength, and this is where you'll be able to commune with your spirit team. And this is when you feel most protected, when you realize that you can feel this energy around you. You know that you are not alone, although in the 3D realm it may be just you physically doing what needs to get done, but you know that you are not alone. So you know that there's this divine protection, and there's only so much that they will allow you to go through before they intervene or step in with some respite for you, with a divine download for you, you know. So I'm loving this energy. So I feel like for the month of June, it's just a month of complete recognition and gratitude for that. And I think it's really, really beautiful. So let's look at this voyage. Let's look at this energy here. Let's look at the voyage. About voyage. This journey, this. Yeah, so you are the Queen of Pentacles. I think you know that above anything, as long as you have what's necessary, you know, the resources in order to take the breaks that you need, then you know that you're going to be all right, because this is where you balance yourself out. So you may again be going on a voyage, you might be going on a trip, and this is where you're able to just take a moment to allow yourself to breathe and to reset, because you are the Queen of Pentacles, and you are very, very diligent when it comes to making your coin, when it comes to putting something aside for a rainy day, spending on yourself, making sure that those around you have what they need, because you love to take care of those around you. Your loved ones are always okay if you are okay. So having your money and doing things in a certain way is your focus. So I think when it comes down to it, a huge part of your journey, a huge part of your a huge part of your journey has been the work that you've been able to dive into. It's been a healthy distraction, and been a very helpful distraction for you, I would say, Taurus. I think you dive into work as a way of escaping, and you also know that you can reap the benefits of that through experience and exposure, and also the monetary value that it brings. Okay. And one of the things that you've noticed throughout your journey is the amount of things that have been uncovered, the truths that you've been able to uncover, some of which haven't been very comfortable, haven't been very nice. However, you have always been somebody who has a very strong intuition. Sometimes you may bury your head in the sand because you don't necessarily want to deal with those things. You just want to deal with the finer things in life. We know what Tauruses are like with that Queen of Pentacles energy. They want the silk sheets. They want to eat well. They want to go and enjoy themselves. They don't want to be boggled down with negative energy, or old situations. They don't want to be knocked over the head with some old, outdated truths about themselves or anybody else for that matter, when they are trying to keep their head above water and constantly doing what is necessary to evolve. So I feel as though you are over being for things to be thrown up in your face. I think you're starting to really defend yourself, and you're starting to kind of not allow things to knock you off your square. Whereas I think previously, some of these truths or some of these harsh words that were spoken to you sometimes really, really knocked your confidence, and it took you a while to bounce back. But things are changing for you, Taurus, in such a big way. We've got the Wheel of Fortune again. See, things are moving in your favor. The wheel is turning in your favor. It's your time now to reap the benefits of your hard work, your tenacity, the fact that you're always looking after people, you're always treating people to nice things. You want them to have a lovely quality of life. So you're always looking out for making sure people feel comfortable, loved, and looked after. However, I think the wheel is in your favor now. I think you are being looked after. You are going to be looked after. You are going to feel secure within this journey that you find yourself on, which I'm glad to see. Because sometimes the person who looks after everybody, who's looking after them, you know, and sometimes that's the energy that I'm picking up with some of you here. So let's see about these blessings. Yeah. See, again, what did I say before? And I was saying, you know, you just tend to have what you need when you need it. You may have gone through a whole week of just feeling like crumbs and feeling like lackluster, and you haven't had the energy. And the moment, you know it's time to kick into gear, the blessings come through, the energy comes through, you know, the remembrance of who you are, the self-esteem, the self-worth starts to kick back into flow. Even if you have to, you know, before you feel completely there yet, maybe it's an act as if situation. You know, that if I do my hair and I put on some makeup and I put on a nice pair of clothes, it's going to change the way I feel. You know, if I look good, it's going to help change my mood. And then ultimately throughout the day, while you're juggling your day-to-day work life balance, you're able to get the energy that's necessary, the right word at the right time, be around the right type of people who make you giggle, make you laugh, make you remember your skills and your abilities and just how wonderful you are. So then this balance of life is what's happening, is what's keeping you there. This is what the blessing is. And what you're being asked now is to keep balancing those things, but remember to add your spiritual practices in there. You know, keep up with your spiritual practices. You know, get comfortable speaking to your spirit team, because you are already being looked after, but the way in which you will be able to bounce back even more quicker, jeez, you wouldn't believe it. You know, we've got the 5 of Wands. You know, there might be some energy of conflict, you know, when it comes to either work or with your loved ones and with your family. There's conflict, there's competition, there's wanting to have the last word, there's wanting to be right, there's wanting to feel justified and vindicated. And I think, again, there is so much blessings that come along your way that eventually you just end up just sort of saying, well, it's not worth the fight, because at the end of the day, I still got to get up and do for mine, you know. And I know that regardless of anything, I am still thankful to have those who I have in my life anyway, and it won't always be like this. So again, when I say this, the divine support is here, allowing you to sometimes be the bigger person, sometimes not biting on every situation. So there is no need for, what's the word for it? So there's no need to fight every battle. We have the 10 of swords. Again, the end of a cycle. I feel like this bickering back and forth thing, and sometimes you feeling like you have to bite your tongue or that you have to be the bigger person. I feel like there's going to be a real change on the horizon. I'm not saying that you won't have moments where you have to let people know that you're not playing and that you're not taking any BS from them. But I feel like overall, this energy where you feel as though, you know, you keep being the person who takes the jabs, you know, and it's very painful, the things that people are saying with their sharp tongues, and they're spitting things that are their truths but are quite detrimental to your mental health or your self-worth. There's going to be an ending to that. This is a whole end of a cycle and a beginning of new blessings, new interactions, new love. We see that before that you have the Wheel of Fortune. Things are moving in your favor. There is abundance coming in for you. You know, there is ways in which the divine will be supporting you constantly. So let's look at this protection energy. Yeah. Okay, so I think what's going to be happening is that if there is anything that you're feeling very nervous about or unsure about, I feel as though when it comes to the protection, I think you're being supported with, you know, with bouncing back from overwhelm and being unsure, because Seven of Cups can talk about many opportunities but also overwhelm and stress and frustration, not knowing exactly what to do because there's so much to do. But I think where the protection and the blessings come in is that somehow, even if you are unsure what needs to happen, you get your sign and you get your insight and you get that divine nudge, you know, and then you start to feel like, yeah, this was the right idea. You know, I want to celebrate life. I want to do things. I want to be around people, and I want to celebrate the fact that, you know, I've made it another year. I've done something for myself. I'm constantly evolving and growing and picking up skills that I can use for my future endeavors, you know, and I can celebrate those around me for their wins, you know, and I feel like there's a protection against anybody who wants to siphon your energy or indeed knock you off of your square or make you feel as though you have nothing to celebrate, and you have much to celebrate. And I think when it comes to this Page of Swords energy, I think there is definitely a protection against this sharp tongued person who likes to basically drop bars. I think it's someone who, in my estimation, it's just immature. I feel as though sometimes they haven't got the right words to say, so they just poke jabs. And I think where they poke jabs at you, and this is someone young and immature, they are just trying to find ways of hurting you. But I think there's a protection around you, even with this person trying to belittle you, with trying to use manipulation and trying to use negative communication. And yeah, I just feel like this person just takes a lot of jabs. Some of the things that they say are true, but they are taking it out of context in order to belittle you so that you don't feel victorious, like you need anything to be celebrating, because in their mind you're just confused, you know, you still got a lot to do. But when I say this person is immature, they haven't really had much life experience anyway. So, whatever. Think what you like, you know, it's that kind of energy. So, I'm loving the fact that you are being given the tools to manage certain situations. I think the wheel is going to be changing in your favor. I don't think you're going to have to really be managing with this person in the same type of way. I think your mindset has changed or will be changing throughout the month of June. So if there is any conflict with this person, then I think you're going to be dealing with it somewhat differently, you know. And I think you're going to be leaning more upon your support systems a lot more in the upcoming month. So we have number 22, get some messages from the animal spirits. Number 22, dragonfly spirit, truth transcends illusion. Exactly. So whenever anybody who you have any kind of conflict with, or they are in any kind of competition, or they want to knock you down, you know that the truth transcends their illusion. The illusion is that they have the right to knock you down, like they have any onus over your life, or they have any life experience or wisdom. You know, it's all an illusion. It's almost like yeah, I'm getting like this person is they're very judgmental, but they haven't lived much life themselves. And I think later on, uh, the way that your relationship will be so much more better in the long run. Um, and if this isn't necessarily a person jabbing at you, and you are having to counterbalance some of the more negative things you're saying to yourself, it's because of some of the things from your past that maybe you haven't really forgiven yourself for. So again, you just have to show yourself some compassion, okay? And then we have the four, number four, we've got badger spirit, be fearless and bold. You know, and I think that's what it is that some people find really annoying about you. You just keep doing stuff, you just keep turning up, and you just keep just yeah, you just keep showing up. So to keep being fearless and bold. Let's get another message for Taurus as we close. Number 43, owl spirit, you see clearly now. Again, like I was saying before, it could have been a thing where, you know, there was so much angst and worry about the past and how far you've come and what has happened and what has transpired and what things were confusing and how overwhelming it was to kind of manage everything. But for some reason, you just kept showing up. I think you see more clearly now around what it is that you've got to do. And I think this month of June, you're really going to be looking after yourself all the more so than before. And you're going to be shutting down anything that no longer serves you. So I'm really, really thankful that you're able to see clearly now, that you are going to be more bold and fearless in your approach and not allowing any old and outdated scenarios to stop you from expanding and growing. All right, so please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the month. Blessings.